Hi, I am Lightning Gundam. You might think that Lightning is a pretty common name. However, I actually am the one and only Lightning Gundam throughout the various Gundam timelines. The Lightning Gundam is from the Gundam Build Fighters Tri-Series. I am specifically the Team Tri-Fighters Yuma Kusaka's Mobile Suit Edition. Just to let you know, you can watch the Gundam Build Fighters Tri-Series with English subtitles on YouTube. Just search for it. Well, while there is only one Lightning Gundam in the Gundam universe, there is of course more than one Lightning Gundam model. I am the SD BB Senshi version, meaning I am the cute one. I can even transform into a cute fighter aircraft. Look at all the things I am supposed to be able to do. Yes, I am cute in all forms. Now that you know who I am, come join me on a casual crafting series to put me together. Remember that the casual crafter does this for fun. You are in for the joy of the experience. You will get to see every step of the build using readily available and affordable tools. Let's have fun doing this together. Now let's see what's in the box. Oh, it's a bit of a tight fit. Jiggle. Okay, got the cover off. And what do we have here? We have a plastic bag with very large V-fin, some poly caps, and what looks like body parts for the lower waist and some head structures here. And then we have another tray of dark blue parts, and this looks like a general body here. So we can see that there's not really much color separation. This light gray parts and these dark blue parts, and the yellow V-fin is about all there is to it. And we can see the stickers here, which will probably be serving as some color correction. You can definitely see some stickers for the eyes and some gray stickers, yeah, I would say for color correction purposes. And lastly, tucked at the bottom of the box is the manual. One side is the assembly instructions, and the other side is some color art. And there we have it, the contents of the Lightning Gundam. Alright, let's get going. Well, to get started, like anything else, it is good to plan and think ahead. So looking at that instruction sheet, let's see what the plan is. Looks like it starts off with building the head, moving on to the upper body, which is in part 3, the waist, which is part 4, arms, which looks to be 5 and 6, 7 and 8, all doing arm parts and shoulders. 9 and 10 are the legs, including the feet, and 11 there's a assembly diagram. It moves on to 12, which looks to be like accessories. The gun and the shield appears to be one piece, and 13 and 14 appears to show some of the variations on how those accessories can be used, and that goes on to the rest of the manual. And for me, I will start with building the model feet first. Right, and that has some practical things, because as we build feet first, technically I could start assembling it with it standing up on its feet, right? And then we just build upwards until the end. So I guess that's what I'll do. I will start with the feet. I am glad to share in this fun together with you. Subscribe to Laser Muse and turn on notifications so you know what I am up to. Help me reach the 500 subscriber milestone. And as we do this, let's just enjoy this moment together and carefully consider what we are going to be doing. The crinkle of plastic as I tear open the bag. And there we go, the initial trace. Oh dearie my, this sticker sheet is kind of squished up and mangled a bit. Ooh. No, off you go to the side. And if we look at the instructions, the legs is formed out of sections 9 and 10 of the instruction sheet. You know, the bigger models, they have so many more pages and sections, and this one literally can be covered by individual squares of the model. Okay, so in case you look at this tray, they actually have the letter nicely, what do you call this, punched through. Other ones just had raised, so this one, the frame number is very clear, right, compared to other tray types from other models. So anyway, we have part B, and we also need a PCF, which is right here, polycap tray. And let's start snipping away. So we start with the initial cuts to remove it, and I need parts B8 and 10. 8 and 10 right here. I think I'm gonna, well, snip on this end, and I'm gonna flip this over to a better view. And looks like there is one connection on this side. Kind of a cramped arrangement actually for the connections on this model. I don't know, smaller model, more cramped. Just feels I don't have that much space on the tray to cut around. Hello. So 8, 10, and I also need tray A. And there we go. Let's open this up. See if I can do a nice clean pull from the middle. Yes, I can do that, and I just like being able to open these packages without totally destroying them. You know, it's one of those personal achievements in life. It doesn't have much consequence, but it does make me feel better. And I'll put A2 aside for now. And that's our super big V-fin, which, well, we all know what this is for. I'm going to do A110, and which one are you? 10, right here, the upper foot. I'm gonna cut at this weak point here. And there we go. And I need to get polycap PCF. In fact, 2 of them. I have 4 Fs apparently. I suppose they figured that you need a few Fs to do this. get my trusty dustbin for the final cut so I don't have stuff flying all over my room. You know, cleanliness is such an important part of this kind of hobby. I probably shouldn't take too much. Next thing you'll say is that, hey, you know, you need to keep a clean hobby room. I don't think I'm gonna win any of that kind of argument. You know, you wonder when I do videos like this, or other people in this line of hobby doing these hobby videos, do we try to maintain a semblance of a neat working environment? And then if you just glance over, the whole room looks like trash. Hopefully the truth doesn't run out here. Okay, let's see what we have here. We have a very small contact point there. Just squeeze this cut in between. Yeah, the nut is so close to the foot. Let's see, I can remove the little white point there. If you excuse me a moment, I'm realizing I am not seeing where my brush is. If you're wondering, I have a brush actually used to brush off dust and for my brush. A bit of filing. Now the squeakiness of a file, may not be the gentlest thing on the ears, but music, just like beauty, may be in the ears of the beholder. Okay, frankly speaking, I don't think it sounds good either. But the things we tell ourselves to keep the hobby going. Maybe with your support I'll actually get monetized and be able to afford a new brush. This brush was not like this originally. Yeah. Carefully snip right at the joint. This piece seems to be a bit of stuff left at the end here. Okay, there we go. Let's put this down. And this final piece. Again, I'm going to do some trimming. Yeah, the connections actually are pretty thin, and they don't really break off that cleanly, at least from my experience here. So they all do require a bit of cleaning up to do, and there we go. Those initial parts, and it looks like they really tell you when to start applying stickers. So in the instruction sheet there is a reference to a number 6. Do I recognize number 6 here? 4, 5, 6. Okay, there's a foot. And it seems that this sticker goes onto this foot right here. Oh, this looks like it's going to be a bit nasty. Nasty in the sense that it's requires some careful application of the sticker. Now, before I go on, let me see if I can get a picture of how this foot is supposed to look. Okay, so it's gray. Okay, so we have a gray foot. No, mistake, a blue foot. And the sticker is supposed to give a gray cover to this. Alright, so we know how that sticker is supposed to go. So let's brush off any excess dust off this guy, and let's carefully remove the sticker. Hopefully I don't mess it up. Really don't like stickers so much because they're just so hard to get perfectly right. Okay, so if I turn it around like this and make it dizzy, and I carefully press it to the back, I'm just gently pushing back on the sticker so that the top part frames around this segment precisely. Now I'm going to try to carefully push this down with my fingernail. Seem to have gotten that pretty well. Well, you know, you do it once and then you hope, can I do it again? Okay, so I think I did this correctly. And before I continue, there's a bit of a question of what is this made of? So the story goes is that certain plastics don't handle certain kinds of panel liner well. And let's see if the tray actually tells you what this is made of. Nope, it just says SD. Okay, so what the deal here is that I'm going to apply some panel liner, and I'm going to be using the pretty popular Tamiya panel line accent color black, and this requires lots of shaking. And this, yeah, it's generally the alcohols or the solvents in this thing apparently don't work with ABS plastic. It can cause plastic cracking, which is not good. So here we go, shaking the bottle to try to get the contents to mix up well. And we see the lines in here. We're going to try to panel line the visible lines here. And I suspect that there will be stickers that may cover up some of these things, but you know, we'll see that eventually. But you know, if panel lining is involved, it probably means that I'll have to pause while we wait for the stuff to dry. In the meantime, we could go and start proceeding with the other foot while we are waiting for the panel lining to dry. Okay, so let's get this bottle open. Panel line accent color black. Oh, looks pretty black. Should I do these vents inside? Maybe a bit touchy. Okay, let me see what else did we do. The edges. Oh, that was a bit too much. Ouch. I guess I'll have a bit of a cleanup task to do at some point. And get ready. Okay, let's try this other half of the foot. I probably need to be overdoing the whole panel lining thing, but well, okay. Good for now. Got a bit of a shake. I'm gonna just put this part to the side first and let the panel liner dry out. So, back to the foot. We have the other foot, which is B7 and 9, which makes sense. 7 and 9. We'll flip this over. Maybe I'll just cut a lot further down the runner. So I don't know why for some of them they give that kind of half punched point for you to cut away yet, others you don't. We have A111, which is the other foot. And let's get my little bin out again. Oops, did I knock the camera? Oh, well. Camera seemed to handle it well enough. Now everything is just gentle, right? The nipples are very sharp for plastic. It's just very gentle cuts. You know, some people may have I don't know how to say it. Is it stress? Or maybe a sudden pressure to try to rush it? You know. But I don't have that, right? We do this for personal enjoyment. Whether you take 1 day or 2 days or a month, doesn't matter. long as you enjoy the process. Similarly, I'm not here, trying to get first product review out, get views. Just here so that you can join me as I build these things with you. But that said, if you can do this well, you should at least be able to take care of your fingernails well, because essentially what you're using here are not much different from your fingernail file, and man, that squeakiness is not really good. I may have to suppress that later in the recording. Okay, that foot looks good enough. And the orange clipper is a more precise clipper, but it's not as strong. So you notice I use the blue nipper, which is a god hand nipper. It's a very good nipper on its own. The orange nipper is a more precise nipper, but it's actually possible to damage the blades if the plastic's too thick. So we use, or at least means I use the god hand, the blue nipper, to cut the thicker plastic bits initially, and then use the orange nipper or cutter to remove the last bits of plastic. And of course, anything that's even not done, I use a hobby knife or X-Acto knife to cut the rest. Okay, it looks fine. And I just have to cut out another 2 more F polycaps. Actually, polycaps, I don't really need that much precision. They're really just there to act as joints. So I just cut them off. And they're also kind of rubberized, so they're very easy to cut. So that's it, I got my 2F polycaps, and the polycaps are the only ones I really would be cutting directly, where everything else I would do that 2-step cut process. Alright, and so we have the 2 feet thing now, and similarly I'm going to panel line the feet, and I'm going to apply that sticker. But since the panel liner needs time to dry up, I will apply it first and then do the sticker. So I'm just going to get off as much excess of the brush as possible. Lightly touch the brush to the part. So yeah, panel lining also is quite a delicate thing, if you want to make sure you don't accidentally make a mess out of your model. That's me. Good enough for now. Alright, let's get on with the second sticker. Which quite clearly has to be sticker number 6 also. Oh, I guess they're just called number 6s. Okay, so let's get the second sticker out. Okay, now we got that sticker. Let's carefully try to apply it the same way before. So I'm going to line up with the foot again. And we're not putting it in the right point. I'm just carefully going to put it here. Not exactly in there. This one definitely doesn't seem to want to go as nicely as the last one. But I think I still am pretty... Looks like my front is a bit screwed. I'm just going to tear the sticker. Okay, we're going to do the same thing as before. Carefully press down the side here. And similarly, carefully press down the side here. And press down the front. And I think I'm generally okay. So let me just use the edge of the thing. Oh, this part came out. Come on, stay down here. Oh, I see what. So technically, I'm supposed to go to close up in front of the in front of this thing. Okay, I think that looks pretty decent. And so now I have 2 feet. Okay, so we now have the 2 feet done. What do you think of the build so far? Leave a comment below. Join Casual Crafting next time as I continue to build up the SD Lightning Gundam.